we're here with Joyce from the Iowa Pork Producers Association, and Joyce is the expert on all things pork. So, Joyce, I know there's a lot of nutritional benefits to eating pork that we don't necessarily hear about all the time. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Absolutely. You know, pork is a very lean product, first of all, so it's very helpful to eat it, and it can fit into a heart healthy diet. But it is packed with lots of nutrients. You know, first of all, most people are aware that, you know, meat has protein, and definitely pork is a great source of protein, but it's also a very important source for some B vitamins, thiamine, and some iron, and all kinds of minerals too. So it definitely fits into a healthy diet.
Great. Well, you know what? I find myself throwing a pork butt in the crock pot a lot, but I know there are so many different cuts of pork. What are the really popular cuts of pork, and how would you recommend cooking those for a beginner or someone who hasn't cooked a lot of pork before?
Absolutely. You know, pork is really easy to prepare. If we started with the loin cuts, either a loin roast or loin chops, this time of the year, a lot of people are pulling their grills out.
Grilling is very easy. You can pan fry, you can bake pork chops. The big thing is to get that temperature to 145 degrees, and once it reaches that, it can be removed from the heat with a 3-minute rest. It's done. You can cook it like a steak. You don't have to have it without any pink. You can have a little light pink inside and be fine.
Probably the most important thing that we always tell consumers is, you know, today's pork is very lean, and because of that, we need to make sure that we don't overcook it. And we kind of use the range, 145 to 160 from medium rare to medium, just depending on personal preference. So I think that's the key to keeping the pork juicy and tender.
So no more dry pork chops.
No more dry pork chops unless you get distracted when you're grilling, and that's your own fault.
I always tell people that a pork roast works great on the grill. You just have to think about it just being a really thick pork chop. You would cook it the same, just a lower temperature, and it just takes a little bit longer. And again, that pork shoulder, you said you cook that up a lot.
It's my go-to cut.
Yeah, it is, because you can have several meals with that and lots of different ideas.
Lots of leftovers, you can freeze them, which I really like to do.
We have lots of recipes and ideas on our website. So I always tell people, go to porkbeinspired.com. We have a cut calculator, so you can select the cut and pull up the recipes for that. So there's lots of different ideas, lots of recipes on there.
Awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out then.
Thank you. It's great, and enjoy some pork.
I will.